好的，大家下午好。那线上的朋友下午好，欢迎大家参与今天大乘禅师的这个脸书直播。那今天是非常殊胜的这个佛欢喜日。那等会儿呢，我们将会邀请仁波切呢入场带领我们做今天的这个吉祥大供养。那在这之前呢，和大家分享一些资讯。好的，那在这几10天以内呢，我们呢将会做这个10万诸佛洪名的法会。那想必大家呢，刚才其中几位呢师兄师姐们已经参与了今天早上我们的第3场的这个法会，所以呢欢迎大家呢继续再参与接下来7天的这个10万诸佛洪名法会。那将会在每天早上的9点45分开始进行到11点钟，所以欢迎大家呢早上与我们做这个共修。那想供养的朋友们呢，也可以扫描屏幕上的 QR 码，上网做这个供养，支持这个洪名法会。So for those of you who would like to join us in the 100,000 Buddha's name recitation, you're welcome to join us every morning at 9:45 a.m. in the temple main hall itself to 11 a.m. And it'll be carried out by our 4 esteemed sanghas. And for those who would like to make donation to this puja and support this recitation, you can also scan the QR code and make the offerings on Teaching Choling website. 好的，那在8月20日呢，就是星期六，将会是这个盂兰盛会的圆满日。那我们将会有这个慈航呢，将所有的这个牌位等等呢，一起呢做这个圆满日的这个供养。所以欢迎大家呢，早上的这个10点钟跟我们参与这个药师佛的这个法会。那下午2点钟也会有这个88佛与阿弥陀经的这个念诵共修，所以欢迎大家呢也一起到这个大殿来参与。So on the 20th of August will be the grand finale of the Ullambana Festival. So we'll be having this Medicine Buddha Puja at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. we'll have the recitation of 88 Buddha's Repentance and Amitabha Sutra recitation. So if you would like to pay your respects to your dearly departed, do remember to come by the temple before 1 p.m. 所以呢，在寺庙有供牌位的朋友们呢，记得在1点钟之前呢，如果想做这个供养的话呢，以及这个祭拜呢，可以在1点钟之前到寺庙做祭拜。And tonight we will be having 8 p.m. the teaching by Rinpoche, so do join us. So 今晚8点呢，还会有一个这个开示，由金河仁波切为我们做开示。所以呢，我们现在呢将邀请仁波切入场，为我们做今天的这个盂兰盛会大供养。 Okay, everyone can make 3 prostrations to Rinpoche now. So 大家可以上师顶礼。
Good morning. So today is Ullambana festival, and so following the sutra that says on the full moon day on the 7th month. This is something as accordingly on the full moon day on the 7th month. I think it's just conveniently switched over from Indian 7th month to the Chinese 7th month. But which is also not wrong, because it has to be understood that it has to be adjusted according to the weather of the land. So the 7th month is because after spring, then during the summer months there will be 3 months of where there will be more rain. So when the monks would not go out to beg for food, they stay in the monastery, so as to prevent the monks from stepping over animals, stepping over ants and everything. And that the reason that this offering is supposed to be done after the rains retreat, okay, which Tibetan tradition is called Yani. But anyway, so for the ordinary beings, we make this Ullambana offering, and for ordinary beings, we make this Ullambana offering to repay the kindness of our mother and our parents for past 7 lifetimes. But for bodhisattvas who train how to gain the greatest merit, we always think in terms of profit and loss. And so how to gain the greatest merit is actually the generation of bodhicitta through renunciation first. So we renounce the attachment of whatever things that we have. So we have so many things that we are attached to. Like the most important attachment that we must renounce is the renunciation of our own conceptual mind. There are many things that many people would say that, we are supposed to renounce, and so therefore after renunciation, then we are considered to be successful in Dhamma practice. That is a little bit misunderstanding. Okay? The actual renunciation is not the renunciation of things, or the renunciation of things, or the renunciation or successfully not doing the thing. What is the real meaning of renunciation? Is to renounce the craving for the things that is happening around us. For example, it's easy to renounce things. So many people say that renunciation, 出离心 ，OK， 这个出离心是要出离外界的东西，这个是有所误会这不是处理外界的东西，而应该这个处理是应该是处理我们自我。有另外一些人说，处理自我，可是自我不是这么容易处理的？所以，我们真正要下功夫，要处理的就是我们自己的，要处理的就是我们自己的思想执着与烦恼。OK， and so. To hide behind things, we are very good in hiding behind things. So to say that, oh, I have renounced eating of meat, so I'm now a very pure vegetarian. I'm very pure, very clean, and so the moment we are attached to being very pure and very clean, itself then becomes another pollution. It's climb out of one hole and drop into another hole, right? And so the main thing is to renounce the attachment to our own suffering. I'll give a very good example is I'm very afraid of black color. I don't like to wear black colored clothes, or I don't like to wear floral clothing, and clothes with a floral print. Right? Oh, I'm afraid of seeing people who are bald, like people in Hong Kong, right? When they see monks and nuns, they will spit on the floor and they say, "Choi, bad luck," right? Why? Because their whole idea is about gambling and making money. So they see ordained people or people who have no hair, then they say that they cannot go gambling, or they will lose in mahjong or something, and then they spit on the floor. So this is so everything is based on their own concepts. Everything is based. There's no belief. There is no understanding of the nature of phenomena and law and cause and effect. So everything is always finding something else to blame. So then that is a very worldly way of ordinary worldly way. In Buddhism, the main thing is we have to be what then is Dhamma practice? Now, honestly, Dhamma practice means we have to be responsible for our own body, speech, and mind. Of course, there will be lapses. Of course, we will have our ups and downs. But we have to start taking responsibility somehow or another. 我们自己修行最主要的这个功夫就是我们一定要开始负责任，而不要什么都像过去的方式，就是怪罪于别人，都是其他人的错。Okay, everything is somebody else's fault. It's never your fault. Okay, because that person said this, because that person did this, because that person. But we must understand that was how people in the past were. So how your parents were, how our parents were, how our grandparents were. Our parents are like that because our grandparents are like that. Our grandparents are like that because our great-grandparents are like that. Correct? Right? So now we come to Dhamma, what do? You understand them. There's nothing to forgive because you don't need to be upset. You just know that, tiger will eat meat. Right? There's no way tiger become cabbage eating tiger, vegetarian tiger. It doesn't happen that way. So when a tiger who is a meat eater, who kills and eat meat, starts to recite mantra, Will you blame the tiger for eating meat, or will you rejoice the tiger is beginning to practice Dharma? So this is how we should be responsible for our own mind and our viewpoint. 对吗？老虎是吃肉的，要杀生是活的肉的。当一只老虎开始念佛的时候，你要随喜老虎念佛，或者是毒打骂老虎杀生吃肉，明白吗？所以我们的观点到底是什么？ What is our responsibility? Our responsibility is to manage and realign our mind. Now, what is the best way to accumulate merit? Is to the fastest way to accumulate merit is to understand all beings have been our parents, not just our current life. All beings are parents, so you benefit all beings. So this is how Bodhisattva get the greatest. Bodhisattvas are the real bankers, you know. They're real bankers. Invest 1 cent, get gazillion of dollars. How? Because that 1 cent is co-joined with all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Right? So how all the gurus, how the Buddhas, how they have this generation of mind, of bodhicitta mind, and how we practice, how to recognize all beings are kind, like our mothers, ancient beings, or fathers, or mothers, or parents, or or like this, kind to us like this. So how all beings are like that to us. Then you can be then immediately you earn. Immediately you earn. The more you recognize others kind to us, the more you earn. Okay? 你越能够看感恩十方 ，OK？ 你赚的更多 ，OK？ 赚的这个福报福田更多，你赚的福报福田更多，你回向的更多，你能够分享的更多。Okay, so many people say that, oh, I have only so much of merit. If I dedicate, then my merit get less. This is because many things they see about themselves. Okay, 心里面只有活着自己的人。他的心自然会小，因为他只想到哦，我自己怎么样了，我自己做什么了，我们怎么样，我们家里人怎么样，我自己怎么样，那你肯定得到的是少的 ，OK？ 你肯定得到的是少的，所以我们应该是以这个宽大的心 ，OK？ 来修、来学、来供，那你得来的是无量的。OK， 得来的是无量。那我现在首先呢，我欢喜随喜所有今年有参加供这个盂兰的这个盂兰吉祥大供养。OK， 因为呢，真的是会利益到非常非常多的出家人。OK， 在不同国家的出家人So now I really sincerely rejoice and I recognize and rejoice all those people who made this Ullambana grand offering. Right, this goes to really benefit so many sangha from different countries, Nepal, even Mongolia. Right, Chadur Rinpoche is in Mongolia now. And so he will also be receiving this offering, like Geshe Tashi, Chadur Rinpoche, Gompo, yeah, and Sangha in Nepal and India and like this. Okay, so definitely have a benefit. In the past, I thought the Ullambana basket, we make offering, then after that people bring home. Then I thought it's a little bit ridiculous because the make offering, this belong to Buddha, right? After it's like your birthday, I buy a present for you in your birthday party. After that, when I go home, I take the present home. Isn't it? Right? So I'm thinking, this is supposed to be for Sangha. Then it should be for Sangha, Buddha Dhamma Sangha, isn't it? Right? So I thought better we should change that really to benefit the Sangha. Really is offering to. So I rejoice, totally rejoice. Okay? So you all got the text? Do you all have the text? No?
Rinpoche will be showing the text on the screen for everyone.
Okay. Right, so let's recite this text. Is this text on the website? If you can go on the temple website and download this so you can see it on your mobile phone.
So this is on the Teaching Choling website under the Sutra Library. So 大家可以上大乘禅寺的这个网站，我们有一个这个经书的那个网址，你可以从那边下载这个今天的这个盂兰经。
So when we always think about other people's faults, we should think about other people's clear light mind. Okay, the faults that other people have done is also equivalent to the good things that other people have done. Okay, so we should transcend between the good and the evil. Okay, but rather to have equanimity and to have loving compassion for all beings. Loving compassion, loving kindness for all beings. Okay, so you all got the text?
Is everyone able to download the text? 大家都可以下载那个经书吗？有谁需要帮忙吗？你可以举手，我们可以叫义工帮你。还有谁需要帮忙的吗？ Can everybody manage to get the text? So for online audience, you can also download it from Teaching Choling website under the libraries. Has everybody successfully downloaded the sutra text? Anybody needs help? Can you raise your hand? 大家都成功下载了那个经书吗？有需要帮忙的朋友们可以举手。
Okay, let's start now.
Okay, thank you, Rinpoche.
Okay, so everybody please recite out loud. You will recite in English. The Buddha speaks of the Ullambana Sutra. At one time, the Buddha dwelt at Shravasti in a garden of the benefactor of orphans and the solitary. Mahamodgalyayana had just obtained the 6 penetrations and wished to cross over his father and mother to repay their kindness for raising him. Thus, using his way eye, he regarded well and saw that his deceased had been born amongst the hungry ghosts. Having neither food nor drink, he was but skin and bones. Mahamodgalyayana felt pity, sadness, and filled a bowl with food and went to provide for his mother. Screened it with her left hand and then with her hand made a feast of food, but before it could enter her mouth, it turned into burning coals which could not be eaten. Galyayana called out and wept sorrowfully and hastened to return to the Buddha to set forth all of this. The Buddha said, "Mother's offenses are deep and firmly rooted. You alone do not have enough power. Although your filial have moved heaven and earth, the heaven spirits, the earth spirits, twisted demons, and those outside of the way. Brahmins and the 4 heavenly kings are also without sufficient strength. The awesome spiritual power of the assembled Sangha of the 10 directions is necessary for the liberation to be attained. I shall now speak a Dharma of rescue which causes all those in difficulty to leave worry and suffering and to eradicate obstacles from offenses." The Buddha told Galyayana that on the 15th day of the 7th month is the Paravarana day, the assembled Sangha of the 10 directions. For the sake of the father and mother of the 7 generations past, as well as for your father and mothers of the present who are in distress, you should prepare an offering of clean basin of flavors and the 5 fruits, and other offerings of incense, oil, lamps, candles, beds, and beddings, all the best in the world. The greatly virtuous assembled Sangha of the 10 directions. And that day in the Holy Assembly, whether in the mountains practicing Jhana Samadhi, or using the 4 fruits of the way, or walking beneath trees, or using the independence of the 6 penetrations to teach and transform Sankhya, conditions or provisionally manifesting as bhikshus, where in fact they are great bodhisattvas of the 10, all complete and pure precepts, the ocean-like virtues of the Holy Way, should gather in a great assembly of all of lights, receive the Bhavarana food. Thus, if one thus makes offerings to those Paravarana Sangha, one's present father and mother, generations past, as well as the 6 kinds of close relatives, escape from the 3 paths of suffering. At that time, attain release. Their clothing and food will spontaneously appear, and parents are still alive, they will have wealth and blessings for 100 years. Parents of 7 generations past will be born in the heavens. Transformationally born, they will independently enter the celestial flower light and experience limitless bliss. At the time, the Buddha commanded the assembled Sangha of the 10 directions to recite mantras and vows for the donor's family for parents of 7 generations. After practicing dhyana concentration, the Sangha accepted the food. When they received the basin, they placed it before the Buddha in the stupa. When the assembled Sangha had finished the mantras and vows, they received the food. At the time, the great Bhikshu Galyayana and the assembly of the great Bodhisattvas were extremely delighted, and the sorrowful sound of Galyayana's crying ceased. One time, Galyayana's mother obtained liberation from 1 kalpa of suffering as a hungry ghost. Galyayana addressed the Buddha and said, "The disciples' parents have received the power of merit, virtue, or the triple gem, because of the awesome spiritual power of the assembled Sangha. In the future, the Buddha's disciples practice filial piety by offerings of the Ullambana basins. Would they be able to cross over their present father and mother as well as those of the 7 generations past?" The Buddha replied, "Good indeed. I am happy that you asked that question. I just wanted to speak about that, and now you have also asked about it. Good men, if bhikshus, bhikshunis, kings, crown princes, great ministers, great officials, cabinet members, 100 ministers, 10,000s of citizens practice compassionate filial conduct for the sake of the parents who bore them, as for the sake of the mothers of the 7 lives past. On the 15th day of the 7th month, the Buddha's delight, on the day of Sangha's Paravarana,
They all should place hundreds of flavors of foods in the Ullambana basins and offer them to the Pravarana Sangha of the 10 directions.
They should vow to cause the length of their parents, fathers and mothers' lives to reach 100 years without illness, without suffering, afflictions or worries, and also vow to cause 7 generations of fathers and mothers to leave the suffering of the hungry ghosts, to be born amongst humans and gods, and to have blessings and bliss without limit. Buddha told all the good men and good women, those disciples of the Buddha who cultivate filial conduct, after that,
constantly recall their present fathers and
mothers when making offerings, as well as fathers and mothers on the 7 lives past. Every year on the 15th day on the 7th month, they should always out of filial compassion recall them, bore them and 7 lives past. And for their sakes, perform the offering of the Ullambana basin to the Buddha and the Sangha, and thus repay loving kindness of the parents who raised and nourished all the Buddha's disciples who should receive this Dharma. At the time, the Bhikshu Moggallana and the fourfold assembly of disciples, hearing what the Buddha said, practiced it with delight.
And the Buddha speaks the Ullambana Sutra.
Okay. May the precious body mind not yet born arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase
forevermore.
So we dedicate and request for blessings for our parents and our ancestors and our loved ones and to all beings. And also especially dedicate to our gurus, who protect us, who love us, who hold us, and who lead us to enlightenment. May we also be like them, to hold all sentient beings, to protect sentient beings, to love sentient beings, to guide sentient beings, and to lead all beings to the enlightenment. We take and receive the Buddha's heart and the Buddha's mind so that we may be able to become the wish-fulfilling jewel for all beings. May all beings' hearts and minds be protected and be fulfilled. May I be able to do all of this. Om Ahum Om Ahum. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for coming together, making offering. And so I rejoice in the merit. So tonight then, tonight there's teaching, and I'll explain I'll explain and talk about the 6 realms of samsara, okay, and how we can free ourselves from it, okay, how we can free ourselves from it. So that's the most important thing, is we have to free ourselves from it. Understand? Okay. Thank you. Please have a good lunch. Accumulate merit and pray for your parents, pray for your family, your loved ones, and pray for your children. Okay? All sentient beings are your children. Don't forget.
Thank you, Rinpoche. So please offer 3 prostrations to Rinpoche now. So 感谢 Rinpoche 今天的这个带领我们做这个盂兰盛会的这个大供养。那大家可以向上师顶礼。 So for those of you who are in the temple right now, if you'd like to make the offering later, no need to offer kata, but you may place the angpao offerings on the respective sangha and Rinpoche, in front of Rinpoche also. 所以呢，在大殿的朋友们呢，如果等一下想做这个大供养呢，不需要这个卡达，你们可以将你们的这个红包的这个供养呢，放入僧人们前面的这个那个已经准备好的盒子里。谢谢大家。好的，所以再次呼吁这个10万诸佛洪名法会呢，我们还有多7天哦，所以记得呢，大家欢迎大家每天早上呢到大殿与我们的这格西们呢一起参与这个洪名法会，那是早上9点45分。那也欢迎大家呢上这个网站做这个报名支持这个法会，大家也可以供灯以及祈愿。支持这个法会。So welcome everyone to join us in the upcoming next 7 days of the recitation of the 100,000 Buddha names. We'll start at 9:45 a.m. in the morning and then end at 11 a.m. So welcome everyone to join us at the main hall with our Geshe-las, our 4 precious Geshe-las, to do this recitation together. And 20th August will be the end of the grand finale of the Ullambana festival. So we'll be having a 10 a.m. Medicine Buddha Puja and 2 p.m. the recitation of 88 Buddha's Repentance and Amitabha Sutra. So 8月20号将会是我们的这个盂兰法会的圆满日，所以欢迎大家呢早上10点以及下午2点呢到大殿跟我们一起参与那个当天的这个共修。So tonight we'll be having a teaching by Sangha Rinpoche at 8 p.m. So do join us at the main hall or tune in to our Facebook and YouTube. 今晚呢将会有这个佛法开示，由Sangha Rinpoche在8点钟哦，所以记得大家上我们的 YouTube 或者这个 Facebook 脸书观看今晚的这个开示。So if any question for Rinpoche, you may scan the QR code and we'll post it to Rinpoche during teaching. 所以有问题的话呢，欢迎大家扫描 QR 码，把问题呢post 上来，我们将会替您发问。那今天是活欢喜日，欢迎大家呢做这个供养，可以扫描屏幕上的 QR 码，做这个大供养，供养上师、活扬佛法以及共生团等等。So today is Buddha's Joyful Day. We welcome you to make offerings online if you are unable to join us in the main hall, to make offering to Guru, Dharma Fund and support the Sangha community. Thank you and see you tonight at 8 p.m.